Howdy ho, everybody. Welcome back to another critic video. You know, been doing a lot of these here video things again. Having fun. Enjoying the pack. You know? The little things. Yeah, and I'm kind of just playing what I want to play and enjoy. Oh, hello. Those are spicy. I like that. Once we get there. If we ever get there. Lol. Uh, anyways, let's jump back to a couple of things. What do you even use flexible casing for? I don't even know. I've never done it. But I'm kind of feeling the whole forestry thing a little bit. I'm not going to lie. So, I do have the tin electron cubes, which can work towards like the whole farming thing. I'm in no shape or form or whatever you want to call it to do farming with the forestry stuff. Definitely not going to be powering that with a clockwork engine, to say the least, right? So we got a little bit of a ways to go there. But I wouldn't mind kind of getting started with some of this stuff, you know? Like, and I'm kind of feeling the forestry. I'm not going to lie. Kind of feeling the old forestry right now. So I'd like to explore it a little bit further. There's two routes, definitely, that we can go. I think an apiary is a good idea. I do think an apiary is a good idea. I was looking at some other things as well. Okay, I do think this is a good idea. We do need another impregnated casing, though, for that, which is a little bit of a pain. And then the rest is just standard, wood stuff. Oh, man. I wonder if that's a thing. I don't have any emerald, though. I don't think. Nope, I don't. So, yeah. We do need impregnated casing, which is another 250 seeds. Again, not a huge deal. We do have that. The problem that we have is we're kind of lacking in the old power situation to get those seeds producing at maximum velocity, right? Or at least that's the way I look at it. And I'm not going to sit there and do the clockwork and all of that stuff for the rest of time. Okay? Hopefully that makes sense. So what I'm thinking is, let's start going down the power line in forestry. And kind of like I said last time, let's keep the forestry power with the forestry stuff. I was coming home from swimming, driving my car, and I'm like, I got an idea. Sorry, it could be the wine talking too. It's always up for debate. But I got an idea of how I want to do this and what I want to do and how I want to integrate all of these different mods into what we need them to be. So I got an idea. A wonderful, crazy idea, but I got an idea either way. So let's work on some power. Let's get some biogas going and, the fermenter and all that type of stuff, okay? So let's look at the fermenter first. We got bronze gears, sturdy casing, glass, and treated wood planks. For the most part, we have the bulk of that. I do have bronze there. I don't know if I have enough. I think I'm just lacking. Let's make up another couple here in the alloy kiln. Remember I said we might need that again? Sure enough, here we are. We'll throw down those guys. In the meantime, we'll get at least one gear started with the bronze. And we'll just wait for this guy to pop out. And that should get us the next gear. Very good. Very good. All right, we already got the gear cast in there. So we are already on a pretty good pace to get this done. We need a casing of the sturdiness in the middle. And then just the gears. So let's pour out some gears and get this system set up. So I don't want to give away everything, right, to you guys right off the get-go. You need some sort of mystery and or surprise, correct? I think so. But the way that I'm going to tell you right now, we're going to have a forestry area. We're going to have an extra utilities area. We're going to have an IC2 area, nuclear craft. I want to have all of these items to be their own individual setups. Okay? What am I missing here? Oh. Whoops. There we go. Fermenter. So I want to have all of these setups their own little kind of sort of unique area. And then the magic of how we're going to get it all back together again is going to be a completely different problem that we will have. So it's going to be pretty cool. It's going to be fun. It's going to be unique. So we'll see how that goes. All right. I hope. It's going to be down the road, though, a little bit, too. So, all right. We need 2 more bronze gears. So I'm glad I made that extra bit of bronze. That's very good. Because we needed it. And it looked like we needed 3 at the top with a glass and a piston. Now, I have a piston, so we're good to go. So we're going to get the biogas engine. This does require a little bit of lava, but just to kind of get it kick-started. So it's not bad as long as it's continually running. There is a bit of a situation where it's not that great, but we'll deal with that as we go. The still is also a fantastic block that we should probably look into. And I'm going to do that right now just to see what that guy requires. There it is, forestry still. Oh, that's super easy. Super simple. I don't even think it actually requires those. Like the blue, you know what I mean? All right, so we'll get the biogas engine. That'll be a better source of power. Let's get our 4 glass, 4 redstone, and a sturdy casing. And let's get that still as well, right? Pretty straightforward stuff. Kind of pounding through some of the quests here. But that's okay. There we go. Detect. Claim. Nailed it. Biogas. Claim. Nailed it. All right, so we're kind of pounding through here. Pretty darn good. We got packing tape. TerraSteel. That is a really nice reward. That is not a cheap reward in the slightest. So, packing tape's nice too, considering we don't have slime balls yet. So, that's pretty good. All right. The next one up is the peat-fired engine. I have no clue what that requires. Can you even make peat easily? I guess we could do a peat farm. That could be cool. I haven't used a peat farm in a long time. Oh, that's still a thing. Manual, managed. Interesting. Didn't know that those were still a thing. From the old system, right? Anyways, copper. So it's all copper to get the peat fired. So let's get that guy fired up. Fired up. I think we need 1 more copper gear, which is good. We'll need a little bit of copper for the top. Luckily, most of these are very, very similar in setup. And they're not overly complicated to build either. Pretty straightforward. Nothing too crazy. But peat is basically bog earth that becomes wet, right? So it's not too bad to make. It's pretty easy to make, not going to lie. There's ways to make it even easier. The farming is a really nice way with, the obsidian electron tube that you see there. But you can just actually place bog earth down on the ground and let it do its thing, right? So let's just explore that quickly and see if... I've always found peat to be a little bit slow. So I doubt that it's much faster right now. You know what I mean? I highly doubt it's faster. So there we go, peat-fired engine. Got that guy done as well. We're just knocking them all off. Might as well. And then we'll kind of build some forestry stuff. Ooh, grass blocks. I needed those. Sweet. Okay, cool. we'll handle that too. I think the last thing on here was the biogenerator. It generates EU from biomass or ethanol. Now, this is a way we could get some power for our IC2 setup over there, but then we'd have to pipe in liquid and move liquid around to get that done. I don't think that that's something I'm overly interested in doing right now, so we're going to leave it for right now, and we're going to go place down some grass. Saves me from having to get some silk touch. Bloop. I guess it's okay. Nailed it. There we go. That's better. It's more clean. It's cleaned up a little bit. It's a little dirty, but it's cleaned up some. All right. So let's get down to our forestry section here. We do have water down here, so I am going to need some water for this bog earth. And we'll kind of just test that a little bit. So that'll give me 5. Let's go here. We'll remove that one. And we'll go all the way around like so, and we'll place down water in the middle. I'm going to kind of wait and see what all this is going to do, how fast this is going to change over, and kind of explore that a little bit, okay? Now, we have the fermenter. That's very nice. I'll throw that guy down right there, and we'll supply it with some power, right? Pretty straightforward. Now, the fermenter, we need to make biomass, right? Show recipes. So for biomass, it's pretty much any form of whatever with some sort of a fertilizer, right? Fertilizer being the easiest to make. And you can stick wheat in there. You can stick anything like that. And then you can use different liquids to get different amounts, right? So this is all based on the taro. You get 50 millibuckets with 50 millibuckets of water. Now with honey, you could get more. With grape juice, you could get more, right? And I mean, we could probably make some of that with like the rustic grapes. I'm not sure if the Pam's grapes work. I don't think so. So there is ways that we could probably improve this somewhat. But for right now, our main interest is to get water in here and to get some form of fermentability or fermenting liquid. Okay. Now, I don't think I have a ton of appetite. Well, I actually have a ton of appetite. I'm running all the time. I don't know if I have any on me. Are you serious? Are you serious? We don't have any appetite whatsoever? Wow. That is crazy. I did not know that. What else can we... We can use compost. I know that. Compost is just wheat with dirt, basically. So we could make some compost. The other one is mulch. How do we make mulch? Mulch we can make in the squeezer with some berries and such. And you have a chance to get mulch. And you make fruit juice. So we could make another squeezer and kind of get some fruit juice. And then we can use that fruit juice for our fermenter. And water. We'll probably have to use a bit of both. So let's see about getting another squeezer here. So tin gears, treated wood. Okay, let's get our tin gears set up. And at least get this going a little bit. Man, tin melts so fast. It's lovely. It's lovely. I don't even have time to get all the other stuff that I need. 2 glass. Boom, boom. Give me that. Sturdy casing. All right, that's our last one. Scary. All right, glass, treated, iron, boom, boom. All right, so second squeezer. Very nice. The one thing that forestry doesn't really have is pipes. You know what I mean? They don't really have a way of moving around electricity or anything like that. So we will have to rely on another mod to get power around to these different machines. Okay? So that is one of the things that I did want to explain. All right, so squeezer. So we can throw in these berries, for example. Let's throw our clockwork on there for a quick sec and get this fired up with some fruit juice, with the potential of getting some mulch as well, right? So that's kind of my thought process there. This hasn't progressed at all. It's slow. So the whole peat side of things, like I said, might be a little too slow for us. I think for the most part, for power, for the forestry stuff, I think I'm going to stick with immersive for now. We might look to improve that or change that down the road. So let me just grab the immersive stuff so that we can set up a little bit of a better power system here than what we currently have, right? So what we'll do is we'll do a connector there, and we'll just kind of, this guy, let's actually bring this guy down on the same level. That's nice. And we'll throw down a few power conduits. Break a few gardens here. Like so. Good. That's a lot better already. And haven't gotten any mulch yet. So now, instead, we're going to remove that. And we're going to... Oh, I guess I'm a little bit short. We're not using the Thermionica right now. So we'll leave that for now. So this guy will be there. This guy will connect to there. And then back to the various machines. Like so. Perfect. All right. So now we should still be getting power once I crank this guy up. Now, eventually we're going to replace this clockwork engine with our biogas engine, and potentially even our peat engine. So there we go. We're getting power. Excellent. That is half the battle, just to make sure we're getting all that. That's very good. Let's remove some of these gardens a little bit. It's a little crowded down in this area. So, and that's fine. Okay. Careful. The wires do hurt. So keep that in mind. All right, so we're getting a decent amount of fruit juice here. So I'm going to collect a bucket of that fruit juice, and I'm going to put it in our fermenter right beside it. So we've got a fluid, at least, and we have ourselves some sort of something to ferment. I just pulled it right out of those gardens. So there we go, and we got our first piece of mulch as well. So we can throw that in. And this is going to ferment based on the mulch. Luckily, the mulch lasts a very long time. But as you can see, we got 75 out of 50 fruit juice. That's pretty good. That's pretty darn good. I don't know if the onion works. I don't know what all works here. I know barley does, or it should. We'll just see. I had 2 pieces of wheat in there, so... it should go. No? I know potatoes should. I think it's just a power situation. I think we're just waiting on power here. This thing, not very good. Not very good, to say the least, right? Bad power source to get things fired up. Yeah, we're just lacking in power. We're using too many things at once. And it's draining on our power. Very nice. So good. So good. All right. That's fine. We'll get there. We'll get there all in due time. But I think all of this will actually work in the fermenter. So there we go. Okay, so we got that. That's good. We can do barley. Yeah, see, they work. They're working. We got 2 lettuce, so we'll throw those in next. Just kind of let this thing do its job. Got a little bit more mulch. I'll put that in there. It'll store it up and use it accordingly. And then we're getting some biomass. Now, I definitely need probably a good bucket worth for this to be actually somewhat efficient, right? we got a long ways to go. Long ways, right? Forestry's not for the faint of heart, to say the least. And we're dealing with a decent amount of items here. Yeah, it's just going to do its thing. It's going to do its thing. As you can see at the top in the tooltip, you can see how much fruit juice you have. You can see the power that we're generating. Pretty abysmal. And I think you need about 1,000 forge energy for it to do a conversion. I'm not too sure on that, though. That one didn't seem to convert any. So we'll see. We'll see, and we'll update accordingly. It might just be giving it like a tick. Oh, there we go, 225. Yeah. So you need a decent amount of energy, and we're not generating very much. Simple as that. So it doesn't help as well, like I said, that we're using these other machines at the same time. But, you know, one of those things. One of those things. We'll keep on trucking. Keep on chugging. We don't really have a good option otherwise, though. So that is a bit of a situation. So we need to be cognizant of that. Now, a still can basically take biomass or canola oil, and it makes ethanol or refined canola oil. All right? Pretty straightforward stuff. Nothing too crazy there. But it basically gives you a better fuel source overall. All right? So I hope that that makes some sense. That's not right. But yeah, as this guy, it's completely turned down. We're no longer red. We're generating basically nothing over here. All right. Anyways, let's walk away and see what we get here overall. We got a good amount of fruit juice, which is nice, and some mulch. So I'm just going to let that kind of fly for a little bit, and we're going to proceed towards other things. Okay? Not the most efficient use of my time, to say the least. All right. But luckily with our farm and everything over there, we should have a good resource of stuff that we can ferment. So we should have pretty good overall results from our setup. Okay? Yeah, overall pretty good stuff. Peat fired, not sold on it, to say the least. But we'll explore it once we get there. Okay? Fits one electron tube. That's pretty weak. Pretty darn weak. So the other thing was that apiary, right? That's one of the other things that we're working on. We're currently working on the impregnated casing. It looks like we just need some slabs and such and planks to kind of cap this off. So that's really easy for us to get prepared and get ready for. And I do think I'm going to go over to that island over there to place down our apiaries. Okay? I think that's a pretty good idea. Now, we could start pulling this with liquiducts to a biogas generator. It's probably not the best idea. And the reason I say that it's probably not the best idea is because you're going to burn through that so quickly, it's not even funny. Yeah, we're just going to cruise through that like no tomorrow. So, yeah, I think for the most part, I just have to wait. We got to wait it out for the resources to come through on our forestry setup. So let's just wait. We're going to be patient with it. Oh, pardon me. We're going to be patient with it, and we're going to walk away. We're going to walk away. I know, right? In here, the industrial craft stuff's coming along pretty good. We have some power, mostly solar. Nothing too crazy, though. We definitely need to improve our IC2 power generation. And there's not a ton of ways to do that. We can pound out some pretty good, like, solar panels and such. There is the semi-fluid generator. It's not that great. I mean, nuclear reactors are good. but they're also a bit of a pain to set up and get running efficiently. The blast furnace kind of goes with the kinetic generator. You usually need both together. So let's look at this semi-fluid generator and see if it's just something we can kind of polish off. Okay, so it requires the geothermal. Interesting. Iron item casing and a whole bunch of tin, basically. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8 tin. And then some iron casings. All right. So let's get our 8 tin started to get smashed up, like so. I'm going to throw these parsnips quickly in the fermenter, just so that I don't forget. And I'm guessing that we're kind of at the point where we might be using it all up. Yeah, so we'll get the parsnips in there. Get that rolling as well. And crank this up a little bit more again. I should probably just run it from a better power source, to be honest, but it's okay. We'll get there. All right, so our tin should be going. We also have to get the iron item casings. I think the biggest thing here is getting the geothermal generator back. Okay? Now, to get the items back from IC2, usually you need a wrench. Okay? Now, there's two types of wrenches that the IC2 has. There's just your standard handheld wrench, right, which is right here. This guy right here, just a bunch of bronze. Nothing too crazy. But it has, I believe, I can never remember which thing we're on or not on, but it has a chance of failing. Okay? Now, when it fails, what happens is this goes back to a generator or a basic machine block, depending on the way it's set up. Whereas with an electric wrench, you can improve this process immensely. So, we're going to make ourselves an electric wrench. Why? Why not? It's not overly expensive. I mean, the small power unit is a little bit. There's an electronic circuit. There's an electric motor, which is some coils and tin item casings. And there's some iron item casings. But overall, it is not that bad. So, we're going to proceed to start to get some of this stuff together. Okay, so we got that. We're going to need 6 rubber because we're going to need that electronic circuit, right? Now, I also want to do this in the daytime because as you can see, our power is draining pretty darn quick. So what I'm also thinking of doing is giving this a bit of a boost just with a bucket of lava, just so that we don't run into any problems here. And we can kind of just proceed forward, right? I probably should have just grabbed 2 to call her a day, but that's okay. That's okay. I'm pretty sure we're getting, like, beyond wrapping up point, but all right, it's fine. There we go. It's going back up. Excellent. So we're getting a whole bunch of tin item casings. That's good. We need that to definitely work. I don't want to use anything like an overclock or anything like that at this point in time. Okay. So our first step here is to get the electric wrench. I think this is the most important thing that we need to get first compared to some of the other stuff. As you can see, it just burns through it like no tomorrow. This isn't even that strong of an item, right? Like we're talking tier 1 here. I'll grab two more buckets of lava. We might as well use up this pit. I'm not keeping this pit around for forever, right? We got a lava pit. We might as well use it for now. All right. Good. Good. Couple more buckets. We'll get this thing continually jacked up. As you can see, the solar panel doesn't really quite hack it for our power consumption, right? It's got a little bit of thinking to do. All right, there we go. We got that. Let's get ourselves our circuit. Good. So there's one step. The next step is, so we have our circuit. We have 2 copper cables. We need the battery. battery. I don't know why I did that, but it was fun. I don't think I have any tin wire, so we'll need to get some tin wire as well. Okay, so we'll extrude some tin. Then we're going to hammer out that iron plate. And then I'm going to make another one as well. Whew. Yeah, okay. It gave us at least a little bit. All right. Let's hammer out that iron plate. And in the meantime, we can craft these together to get ourselves the insulated that's required for this guy, the battery. Right? Okay, good. The next step for the power unit is to get ourselves the electric motor. Electric motor, tin item casings, iron, but these coils, right? The coils are the problem. We need 16, so that's at least 5. We're going to need 6 more copper in the metal former here, extruding out. We need those copper wires. So it's going to be a little bit more of a drain on our power system. As you can see, we're pretty heavily dependent on our metal former here. It's doing the brunt of the work. We probably should get another one. Just saying. But it's definitely doing the brunt of the work. So, yeah. Anyways, I'm going to go grab some bronze as well. I think we need 6 total pieces of bronze. So let's see if we just have that ready to go. If not, we can get that fired up. Looks like we have to fire it up. We're actually starting to run out of copper a little bit. So I'll probably have to go do some mining as well once all things are said and done here. Yeah, copper supplies are looking a little bit on the light side. All right, let's get ourselves the wrench, though, from Industrial Craft. That's good. And we can pull out this bronze here to go back in. And then we'll head on back down. We might as well crank our engine to, you know, all these little things, right? These little tiny details, getting things done all at the same time. It's okay. It's all right. It's all right for sure. Anyways, I've been mumbling for a long time. Well past when I should be mumbling till. Simple as that. I think for the most part, you guys understand what we're doing here. We got the electric motor. We got the gear. We got the 2 copper. We got the battery. And I think the last one was the iron item casing. All right, so we'll pound that out quickly. Then this should give us our electric wrench, which can pull this up, which then allows us to get the semi-fluid generator. This guy's pretty easy. Just tin item casings, glass panes, and iron item casings. Nothing crazy at all going on with these crafts. So, small power unit with the wrench. There we go. We have our electric wrench. That's good. We're going to have to put this in the bat box to gain charge, right? So now that it's fully charged up, this is where you need to look at your controls for Industrial Craft. We need to find it wherever it may be. It's usually alphabetical, so it's not too bad. IC2. Mode switch key. This is one that we definitely need to switch, and we'll switch it to L. Right? So now we're on this, and we go Shift L. No? L? L? Is that not the one? Is it the other one? Was there a conflict? I didn't think there was. No? L. Boost key, Alt key. Is it Alt key? Well, let's see. Yeah, anyways, it worked. So, we got our geothermal back. We can power that back up again. And we can get our stuff together. Anyways, I'm going to leave it at that, because we've been going for a long time, well past due. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next episode. Thank you all so much for continued support. Really do appreciate it. And have yourselves a good one. Bye-bye for now. See ya.